So I wasn't going to do this. I kind of told a little bit of a fib when I was shooting my Colt Elite Combat here. I said I didn't have but so much ammunition, but I did have some more, but it's kind of expensive. I didn't really want to shoot it, but I couldn't help myself. I brought my Taurus Tracker out here to the range today. This is the one that everybody has a hard time finding, that has the 2 cylinders. It's a 7-shot 357 38 special, and it also has a 9mm cylinder. And as I mentioned in the Elite Combat video, I've shot this gun so much. I was just looking at the ports here in the front and how dirty they are. I typically come home, just wipe it up, maybe run a little bore snake through the barrel and just put it in the safe. I really don't even clean it. That's how much I've shot this gun. It's such a fun gun to shoot. Now, as far as the finish on it, of course it's not as good, but I've never had issues with the sights, light primer strikes. I've never had issues with you know, of course, like I had on the Combat Elite, where the cylinder was hanging up, the trigger was seizing, hammer was seizing, whatever was going on there. And so I just kind of wanted to do a comparison. I'm going to shoot for accuracy right now, see how accurate I am here at about 12 yards, and then I'm going to shoot the Elite Combat for the same. I'm shooting the same ammunition through it. I opened up another box as I depleted my stash with the Elite Combat. We'll talk about that here in another video. But I've got my Agula, I don't know how you say that, you know. That's how it looks to me, so that's how I say it, Aguila 357 Magnum, 158 grain. I'm going to shoot the same thing in both of them, just for accuracy. I won't talk anything about the feel in the hand or anything like that at the moment, just shooting for accuracy right at the moment. So, and we're going to do that from a single action here. Tell you what, that was right in the middle, right where I was aiming. I can pick up these sights a little better because it has this front post that stands up a lot higher, whereas the Combat Elite here has a more traditional, like, polymer frame pistol type sight on it, and this one has more of a raised sight, and it's orange, so it's a little bit easier to pick up. So that was pretty accurate. I'll talk about how the recoil was and everything here in a second, and the feel in the hand and all of that. Let's go ahead and get the accuracy test out of the way here with the Elite Combat. Let's just go ahead and do that. Well, I'll say this. I realized right before I did this shot that I actually loaded this up with the HSM Cowboy. So I'm going to be fair here and load it up with the same ammunition. But shooting that, it definitely handled the recoil quite well. And I was off a little bit. I don't know if it's fair because, again, I was shooting a little bit hotter stuff. And I'm getting a little bit of a sugar shake from, I've put about 125 rounds down range today of 357, so I'm getting a little bit of a shake. But let's use the same ammunition to be fair here before I speak to its accuracy. Okay, so all of them pretty much went in the same spot, except for one. I hit one low. I will say that it is more difficult for me, and I just realized I wasn't wearing my eye protection, so the trolls are going to come out and worry about me and my precious eyesight. I drink carrot juice every morning, so I'm trying to take care of my eyes. I mean, come on, give me a break. But anyway, all of them hit pretty much in the same spot as the Taurus did, except for one that went low. But I do have a way more difficult time picking up this front sight. Even though it is a night sight, I have a way more difficult time picking it up because it is white, and it does fill the void of this rear sight a whole lot better than it does on this one. I'm just able to pick up the sights on this one better is all it really is. I'm not speaking to one being more accurate than the other. So let's go ahead and load up the cowboy load here and see how the Taurus handles that. Again, it is way more difficult to push these rounds into the cylinder on the Taurus. I'm not really sure why. I don't know if that speaks to, you know, its value or its build quality. I'm not really sure, honestly. I pull the trigger. So right now, I will say this, that because this one does have the longer grip on there, it does feel better in the hand. It is very lightweight, and this one is a lot heavier. So I guess you could say that would speak a little bit to the overall build quality being a little bit better on the Colt. As you would expect, it was $1,400. But this one does feel more comfortable, and again, it is because of that rubber grip on here and having the extended 3-finger purchase on there, and these having the G10 grips. But either way, the overall feel is about the same, honestly. I mean, this one does feel a little bit better in the hand just because I'm able to get a full grip on it, and that may also affect the felt recoil. But I got the cowboy load, and typically you notice the recoil from a double action a whole lot better than you do from a single action. So that hit pretty hard, folks, in this gun anyway. I'm gonna load up the Colt here, see how it hits in this one from a double action, of course, and being able to stay on target, because as you can see, I only hit the target twice shooting from a double action. Let's get this loaded up. Let's get double action on the cowboy action here. Trigger's way better, of course. So from a double action, the Colt is the clear winner. A lot of it has to do with the fact that it has a way better double action trigger, even a better single action trigger. Even though this one is ported, the Tracker is ported, it doesn't dissipate the recoil the same as this one, and I'm sure that has a lot to do with the overall weight of this one, because this one is significantly heavier than this one. But I will say, yes, the trigger is better, double action and single action. Yes, it feels like a better build quality. It is just as accurate, in my opinion. Again, I'm sure maybe this one could be more accurate, and it's just me not being able to pick up this sight setup. I'm not really sure. The sight seems to be staying in place now. It does feel like the rounds don't get hung up in the cylinder quite as much as it does in the Taurus, and I'm sure the overall build quality is better in this one, as it should be. It's $1,400, and I think I paid about $7 for that, so literally half. So, but overall, if you laid these two down and said, hey, pick one, if I'm going by the finish, if I'm going by the trigger, if I'm going by the overall accuracy and feel in the hand and weight and all of that stuff, I'm definitely going to go with the Colt Python, which is not surprising, right? It's a $1,400 pistol. So, but I have nothing but love for the Taurus Tracker 357, 38, and 9mm. It has been one of my favorite revolvers. Put a ton of rounds through this gun, and we've had nothing but greatness from it. It's always been good, always been accurate. I've actually carried this in my truck quite a bit. Thank you guys for watching today. We hope that you enjoy the video. I know I don't do well at these types of videos, but Taurus Tracker, Colt Combat Elite, I'd give it to the Elite. No surprise there. Fun out at the range today, guys. Make sure you subscribe. Go over, check out our website at gsquaredtactical.com. Pick you up some hats, pick you up some shirts, coasters. We have a ton of stuff over there. Go to the Gear Up page on our website. Pick you up something. Every little bit helps us to buy ammo and to keep putting these up. Please go over there and check that out. Make sure you subscribe. Tell all your friends and family where they can find the best blue collar YouTube gun reviews. Thanks and be blessed.